everyone, my name is Greta and this year I turned 24. 10 years ago I was 14 and I remember being asked a simple question: who do you want to be? And honestly, every time I was asked that, I felt confused, uncomfortable, and even a little bit frustrated with myself because I didn't have an answer yet. And I remember I have dreamed of being so many different things, like a singer, a figure skater, professional one, because back then I did figure skating for 7 years, so of course I wanted to be a designer and even a therapist. But unfortunately, the truth is that at that time, I was just a lost girl growing up in foster care without any clear direction. And of course, I didn't know who I want to be because my mind was already full of other questions that I was still trying to understand. So today I want to share my story, how I went from being that lost girl to a woman I am today. I'm from Lithuania and currently I'm working while dedicating most of my time studying human mind, emotions, and traumas. For a while now, I have felt a strong desire to share what I have been learning. I want to share a part of me that's quite personal to me and probably sensitive topic to talk about. As I mentioned before, I had quite challenging childhood. I grew up in foster care with my sisters from the age of 4, and from a very young age, life taught me about survival, stress, and responsibility, even before I had words to describe it. Since a little, I have always been curious, and as I became teenager, that curiosity started to grow deeper. I began reading books about body language, journaling about my feelings and experiences, and of course going to therapy. I found myself constantly analyzing my thoughts, my emotions, and just the world around me. As I grew older, I started asking myself deeper questions, like deep questions. Why do I feel the way I do? Why stress stays in my body? Why I feel anxious all the time? And especially why I get angry so easily. All these type of questions, they just kept repeating in my head. And eventually that curiosity just led me towards psychology and understanding the human mind. For the past few years, I have been searching for myself, and if you were wondering whether I found myself yet, I would say that learning to accept myself, forgive, release the anger, and especially for me, build trust, that for me has been the process of finding myself. And today I simply want to share my story. My goal is to help people understand themselves better, regulate their emotions, and just build inner stability, especially for those who grew up in having to survive like me. I want to share what I'm learning, not as an expert, but someone who is walking this path herself. Everything I'm going to share here comes from my own experiences, from daily routines, my relationship with others and myself, how to manage stress, build trust, and in overall how I cope with life. I think these are the main areas I believe most people struggle with. So hopefully by sharing my own story and what I'm learning, I can help others reduce some of those struggles. If this resonates with you at all, you're welcome to stay. This space is about growth, honesty, and understanding the human mind. If you enjoyed this video, I would love you to support my channel just by subscribing it or dropping a like. You're also free to leave a comment about the topics you would like to hear more often, and all questions and opinions are welcome. So I think that's all for today, and thanks for watching, and hopefully see you in my next video. Ciao!